Welcome into the Gatemen postgame show, everybody. A 10-3 win for the Gatemen over the Brewster Whitecaps here at Stony Brook Field. They now have a 4-game win streak here during the season. Jacob Tobey alongside Sam Corman and Connor Federico. I guess I'll start with you, Sam. Mason Feole tonight was just spectacular.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 5 innings, only 1 hit allowed. It just seems like the starting pitcher for the Gatemen is just a given to be a shutout now. I mean, the last few games has been ridiculous. Griffin Roberts a few games ago. Joey Matulovic yesterday, and now Mason Feole comes in here, first start since early in the season against Orleans, and he was lights out. Curveball, I mean, he was striking out guys with the fastball too, getting guys to get under it, pop up, and use his defenders as a shield, and it really worked well for Mason Feole, whose family, with his family in attendance as well, was pretty cool to watch.
What did you see out of the pitching staff tonight?
Well, I really liked the performance from the Gatemen staff as a whole. 2 All-Stars got a relief appearance tonight. Guys, the Gatemen have usually thrown out there in starters in terms of Justin Montgomery and Griffin Roberts, who both pitched very well and kept their ERAs low, had good performances, showed a little more of what they can do before they go into the All-Star game. I mean, Montgomery is starting the All-Star game.
Let that sink in.
Right. I mean, that really just puts in perspective how great this Gatemen pitching staff has been. You have league leaders in ERA, league leaders in wins. You know, tonight, the starting pitcher, Mason Feole, picked up his first start of the summer for the Gatemen. I thought he was fantastic. Him and that big leg kick, and you were talking about his fastball. The fastball was almost like the strikeout pitch tonight. It was a lot of fun to watch. He just blew it right by these Brewster hitters. Another great performance by the Gatemen pitching staff. I mean, it just won't stop.
High kick from Mason Feole. Our Claudia Chakamian caught up with a player of the game. Yes, it is Mason Feole.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with the Gatemen player of the game, Mason Feole. Mason, this was your first time starting in almost a month. So how did it feel to finally get back on the mound, which you're so comfortable starting back at UConn this past season?
It was great. It was just good to get my fastball on both sides of the plate and just work with Willie tonight. And it felt good to be out there and compete and help us get a win tonight.
Yeah, and so what has the biggest difference you've seen? Because you struggled when you first got here, but you've been much better as of recently. So what has you've noticed the biggest difference has been that Lawler's been working with you on and everyone else?
Honestly, for myself personally, just confidence in myself, ability to throw a fastball on both sides of the plate and command, stay in the strike zone, throw more strikes than I had in the past. And yeah, Coach Lawler's been great with just fine-tuning some of the mechanical quirks I do, and I have a weird windup and weird mechanics, so it's good to have him on my side helping me and trying to really fine-tune everything and make it my own.
Yeah, and you're a local guy, pretty local guy, and your family was here tonight getting to see you start again. So how nice was it getting to pitch so well in front of them? Yeah,
it's awesome. I'd be lying if I say I didn't notice it or feel it. I looked at my parents before every inning to just like kind of acknowledge that they're there, and I'm just like so thankful for them driving all the way here and just being a part of my life. And they're the reason I'm here, and they're the reason I'm able to do this stuff. So it was awesome.
And now another really solid all-around team effort win for you guys. How good does it feel knowing that the pitching is continuing to click, but the hitting is also being really good?
Yeah, it's awesome. Winning games like that is fun when the lineup just rolls through, and Tanner Dotson kind of got us all ignited with that bomb, and it's just fun. It's a lot of fun winning and playing baseball. I think that's 4-game win streak now, so it's just awesome to win games, and especially down the stretch, it's awesome.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Claudia. And now we talk about this lineup tonight, which was so successful. 11 hits, 10 runs. Tristan Pompey at the head of the offense today.
Yeah, I mean, him and the rest of this Gatemen offense just put on a show. I mean, more RBIs for Tristan Pompey. His batting average continues to climb, now well above 200 percentage points, and he's been great in this latter part of the summer. The Gatemen offense, after putting up 10 runs against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks yesterday, they do it again tonight on the road for the 2nd straight time against the Brewster Whitecaps. I mean, you can't ask for much more from your offense, and you know, we talk about the Gatemen run differential being so high in terms of positivity. They lead the West, and they're only behind the Orleans Firebirds in the league. They do a really great job in wins of getting the offense together and getting the pitching that you need. I mean, the pitching has always been a given with this Gatemen team, but the offense tonight, for the 2nd straight night, they put on a show, and that's something that we have not seen this summer yet.
We talked about it on the broadcast, Sam, how this Gatemen lineup, particularly 1 through 4, is just so set and has been so successful throughout the whole season.
Yeah, 1 through 4 seems like it's kind of found its spot. It's locked in for the rest of the season and for the playoffs. Stephen Kwan, Tanner Dotson, Kyle Kasser, Willie McIver in the cleanup spot. And they're just always consistent. It just seems like 3 out of the 4 of those guys are going to get a hit every time the order goes around. And let's not forget, first 3 innings of this game, Joe Molitier comes out. It looks really, really sharp. Then comes out, walks the guy, and once the Gatemen get the hitters going in that 4th inning, it never turns around. They just keep on chugging along. It just seems to be contagious throughout the entire lineup. You see guys like Jaron Duran going almost deep over the fence today, gets a ground rule double out of it. You see guys like Stephen Kwan almost getting one out of the park. I mean, pretty cool stuff to see from the entire lineup, just putting on a show. 27 hits in 2 games, 20 runs in 2 games. That is nuts.
That is nuts. And don't forget about Tanner Dotson's solo shot, his first home run of his Cape League season. So he's just been fantastic so far for the Gatemen. Our Claudia Chakamian caught up with head coach Don Sneddon.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with head coach Don Sneddon. Coach, another 10-run night. A lot of hits going on for you guys. So what is really clicking for you guys?
I don't know, but I just hope it keeps going. These guys, the key was, if you notice, we scored in a big inning there, but we scored in, I think, the 5th, 6th, 8th, and type of thing through that. And that's what I like to see, is you just never know in this game. So we got to keep competing and keep sparing the other team, lets them from getting some rallies on that. So if you stop scoring in that 4th inning, try to sit on it, it's not going to work.
Now, last night you said you were happier with the situational hitting, but you weren't completely pleased with it. Were you a little more pleased tonight?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, there was some good 2-out hitting and some extra base hits. We haven't had a lot of those. I think we had at least 4, maybe 5 doubles tonight, and we normally have not had any of those. So it's nice to see that. Helps the team's morale, the hitters' confidence, and everything else.
And Tanner Dotson had that huge home run at the end. Were you expecting that at all?
No, I don't think he was either with that. But anything Tanner Dotson does, you don't expect. I didn't expect him to steal home. That was not my play. That was his play. And as a coach, when your pitcher slides head first at the plate, you panic a little bit because his fingers are worth an awful lot.
And then Mason Feole finally got a start again tonight. What did you see out of him that you liked?
Awesome performance. Good for him. He's been working his tail end off, and he started the season for us, and then we had to do a few adjustments, and he made him. He didn't complain at all, and he gets a start. And he's going to get a few more big starts coming down here at the end of the season. So I was very encouraged by the way he pitched tonight.
So like we mentioned last night, you needed to see him do really well so that with the losses of Miller Hogan and Joey Matulovic, you needed him to step up. So that's exactly what you needed?
Right, exactly. And we'll see these next 2 games because we had to use, Montgomery and that to get ready for his thing with that and Roberts. So these next 2 games are going to be guys that normally don't start. They're going to have to pick up and win against some good teams. Chatham was beat us 3 times tomorrow, and then YD, who's close to being the top of their division.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Claudia. And now the Gatemen are back at 500 for a first time in a long time.
Yeah, just a couple of days ago, the Gatemen fell to 11-15-1. That was last place in the West. Since that point, they've turned the page. 4-game winning streak. You're back at 15-15-1, right in the thick of the Western Division standings. I mean, maybe tomorrow they could even clinch first place on their own. That's how well the Gatemen are playing right now. This is their first time being 500 rather, since they were 2-2 earlier in the season. How about the first Sunday of the summer? I mean, that's crazy.
Which was a doubleheader against the Chatham Anglers, who the Wareham Gatemen have struggled against this season. They will be playing them tomorrow at Spillane.
Yeah, Chatham came to Spillane once this year. They also have already played both their games at Veterans Field in Chatham. Gatemen are 0-3 against the Anglers. It's the only team in the Cape Cod League that they have not beat yet this season. So the Gatemen certainly trying to get a big win against a foe that they haven't beat. And Chatham red hot as well. They've won, a lot of their recent games. They did lose tonight to the Falmouth Commodores, but they've been playing really good baseball lately, in the thick of the East Division playoff race as well. And these matchups against East Division opponents are really important. But, still 2 more games against Bourne, 2 more games against Katuitt, another game against Falmouth. It's going to be a big race to the end of the season for the West Division standings.
That will do it for us here on the Gatemen postgame show. The Gatemen win 10-3 here at Stony Brook Field. So for Sam Corman, Connor Federico, I'm Jacob Tobey. Thanks for watching.